a temp install so we can get some light on this side of the garage. And these drop lights have really short cords, and I'm just using what I got. So, let's see what I can rig up here. It is hot. Cool. All right. It's not pretty, but it works. All right, so that one can stay for a little while since the ceiling, it will be staying at this level on this side of the garage, but on this side, I had to put the lights up on the roof since all of these trusses will be coming out, so it's a little bit harder on that side, but we got at least enough light to work with here. Okay, so that's the last and final run of conduit that was running down through here and connecting to this junction box right here. So the middle row in the garage and the far row of conduit has already been removed, and this is all that's left on this end. This short run. It's like just screwed in there, and take that run off, and here's all I got out of the ceiling. So I'll be able to take some copper to the scrap yard, pull all these wires out, and I'll probably go ahead and scrap the conduit too. Won't get much for that, but anyway, it's one step closer. We'll have to go down through here and pull all these little nails and stuff still at a later time, but I've just realized that I'll have to put the end caps on all of these Raptors, and I'll just take you outside and show you that now. I guess it's a 1x4 they got on there. I'm gonna replace those. So I'm gonna have to pry all those off. The other side is missing some, so that's gonna come off. And I'll probably go ahead and take the plywood underneath that off as well, because we're going back with siding for the soffits and all that. The end here will have to be replaced too, up underneath. I'll probably go across with 2x4s, I guess. And for some reason they have trim up under there, so it's definitely coming down. You can see our new Raptors poking out here. Alright, so now I'm at a point where I need to stop using the roll-up door for good now, and we'll be using the sliding doors instead because the rails have to come out in order to work with the roof. So we'll take the rails out, then we can put up the remaining 2 or 3 support boards there, and I'll also be installing this knob on the aft door. That way we can just get it in and out of the garage like we need to in order to maintain our progress. This is the outside. It's all rusted, falling apart, and the inside, fancy little marble looking thing. Looks like an old bathroom knob. But today I'm gonna try to make it to where we can actually close and open, lock this door like normal. Looks like they cut that open. I don't know. That's super sketch. But so we had that on there, and then they had these eye bolts going across with a steel bar in it. So anyway, that's gotta get changed out. So with it being an old wooden door, and it's got a metal or aluminum sheet on the outside, I'm gonna have to see what I can do with cutting this thing open and installing the knob in there. So let's get to work. So, there's a lot more work in this than I figured it was going to be, because it's an old school door and it doesn't have all the cutouts for a new doorknob and hardware. So, having to cut out the fins, and I've already got the 3 holes for the main and the mounting screws, but since it's aluminum here, going to use a Dremel with a cutting wheel to get through the aluminum, and then I can either use a jigsaw or the routing bit to route out the rest of that. Alright, so why in the world that took so long to do, I do not know, but it took a lot of cutting and routing that out to make it fit. But we got a pretty smooth working door now, so I'm happy with that. We'll probably end up reusing this doorknob set on the new door that we end up putting here. And what I ended up doing here was just taking the old school one off because of the way that they had it routed before. The new one, it would just kind of be hanging out there, and I would have had to probably put a support board on the back of this stud because it wouldn't take nothing to just hit that real hard or kick it and it would come right out. So I ended up using the old steel one. It's got the little 45 screw that digs back into the stud. I really like that. So I trust that a lot more. And it's nice because this is the one of the quick key, or what do you call it, smart keys. So you can actually put your new key in there, disengage it, put the key that you want to use in there. So I get to use an existing key from our other house. So anyway, that's the finished product, and now I can move on to working on something else. Probably end up going ahead and tearing down this garage door. I have to take down the support arms, or the rollers on both sides, and they separate right here, which is kind of annoying because this top roller will be loose if this rail comes off. So what I'll probably end up doing is just taking this top right here and screwing it up to the wall temporarily so it doesn't open, and we just won't be able to use this door for a little while. And just so the top section will stay up, and then we can take these rails out. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that.
Alright, that wraps up today's video. Thank you guys for watching and following along. We have another video coming up soon, probably next week. And what's coming up?
Coming up, we'll be laying out the floor for where the footers are going to go. We'll get all those laid out, and then we'll rent a concrete saw so that we can cut those little sections out, because the concrete is only like 3.5 inches in those areas. So I'm going to cut the concrete slab out, and we'll dig down with some post hole diggers, and we'll get get the concrete poured in those footers, smooth it off, and then we'll be ready to go in and buy some posts and beams. So that'll be next.
All right.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.
Bye.